Hey guys, Kenya Horton here, and in this video, I want to talk to you guys about the relative strength indicator. If you look in the last video, I talked to you a little bit about Bollinger Bands and how to use Bollinger Bands. I want to teach you about these indicators because what I found was that when I first got started with trading, I would see these indicators and I would get trade signals from our company and I would be told to get in these trades, but I really didn't understand the purpose of the indicator and why I was using it. And the way my mind thinks, I want to know not only, what to use, but why am I using it? So I'm going to share my screen with you. Before I do, I just want to tell you this. Make sure you subscribe below this video so that you can stay up to date on our trainings. I provide a lot of basic training for new Forex traders, as well as existing traders as well. If you want to learn how to get started with IML, you can contact me personally on Facebook or comment on this video. Other than that, take some notes, get ready to learn, and I'm going to share with you really basic knowledge about the RSI indicator, and I'm going to show you some examples on my screen here. So I'm going to share my computer with you, my screen. What you're looking at right now is called the IML Web Analyzer. This is one of my favorite products right now. I get 100% wins on the analyzer. What we use this for is it scans the market for you to provide you with high probability entry points. However, what a lot of us use it for is we take one of our strategies that we learn in the company. So we have a lot of strategies that traders have come up with and are really successful with, and we use these strategies to get results on the web analyzer. So I am using a particular strategy right now. It's called Davin's 4 Rules, and I combine that with the Sharif strategy, and I absolutely love it. I meet my daily goal with it, and this is just fantastic. So how I use the RSI. If you notice on my screen, you're looking at several indicators. So indicators, we use these different indicators to help us make wise decisions of, when to get into the market, things that we should do, things we shouldn't do, how to determine, price, where price is going to possibly move, what direction it's going to go. It's never guaranteed, but the more confirmations you have, the better. So I love the RSI indicator, and basically what it is, RSI stands for Relative Strength Index, and it measures the speed and change of price in the market, okay? And so you'll notice right here on the right, you'll always see the price move up and down. Price is always moving up and down. The RSI is right here below my Bollinger Bands, so you'll notice it has its own settings, and if you use the web analyzer, I'll show you how to control these settings in a minute. But what you do is you look at the RSI, and it's measured on a scale of 0 to 100, 0 being at the bottom and 100 being at the top. Now, I keep my settings on 80 and 20. Most people keep their settings on 70 and 30. And what these special numbers mean is that readings below 30 indicate that the market is oversold, okay? That means, for example, that you have a lot of buyers that are selling the market, and finally they're getting to a place where they're like, I don't want to sell, I'm not going to sell this anymore. They're going to start exiting the market, and then all of a sudden you're going to have your buyers entering into the market. Whereas when it's above 70, way up here, let me actually shade this for you. So I'm going to show you when it's above 70, it indicates, the RSI indicates that the market is overbought, means that you have a lot of buyers who are now saying, okay, I'm not going to buy this pair anymore. They're getting out of the market, and now you're going to have your sellers coming into the market. So what we do with the RSI is, with it allowing us to be able to measure the speed of price, the speed and change of price, it allows us to be able to pick tops and bottoms in the market. And what I mean by tops and bottoms is that you look, this would be a top, okay, because it's at the top, and this would be a bottom. So if I look for anything I look for price movement under 20 and over 80, and I'm going to tell you why. So this is a top. So for example, I'm going to shade it for you. So this would be a top right here. And if you notice, let me just move this up really quick. Hold on one second, just bear with me. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. So if you notice right here, it's 80. See how it's over 80? So this would be a top, right? Now, with the strategy that I use, I'm looking for the market. If they call a sell, then you would look for your RSI to be overbought above 80, all right? Now, when most people have their setting on 70, what happens is that if I enter the market when the RSI is above 80 and price starts to drop, my trade is going to take, especially if I'm scalping, let's say for 3 to 5 pips, my trade is going to go into profit a lot quicker than someone who enters the market when it's at 70, okay? Because if I get in later, far at the very top, once the trade starts to turn the direction I want it to go in, which is a sell, dropping, going down, my trade is going to be in take profit a lot faster. So that's how you can use the RSI. And for example, the strategy that I use, I look for price to close outside of the Bollinger Band. So if I were going to get into a sell, I will look for the green candle, which represents a buy, to close outside of the Bollinger Band. Once it does, I say, okay, that's a confirmation. My second confirmation that I'm looking for is if I'm going to get into a sell, I want the RSI to be overbought above 80. And as you can see here, is it above 80? Yes, it is. I have it highlighted for you, okay? So you want the RSI to be above 80 and start to point down. And then I have other indicators that I'm also going to teach you about, the stochastic and the MACD. So once I have the MACD and the stochastic confirmed, which it did, everything matched up and it lined up here. And what happened? A nice sell candle formed, and I could have got about 8 pips right there, okay? So normally I go off the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart, and these are the things that I look for. And once these confirmations line up, I enter the trade and I grab my quick pips and I get out. And this is how I'm having 100% wins on the web analyzer. Really quickly, again, I'll review for you, but if you are using the web analyzer, you can change your RSI settings by clicking on this little gear here in the middle that says format. So you would just click on it, and I'll show you how I make it all pretty. And well, guys, you probably don't care about making it pretty, but so this is how you have your length is on 7. That's standard, so you can just keep it at 7 and close. And then if you click on style, you can change your scale here. So I have it on 80/20. You'll notice that most people, or even your settings, might default to 70 and 30. So you can just change it to 80 and 20 if you want. And you can change the color of the signal line here, and you can make it darker or you can make it lighter you'll see how it went light. I like mine's a little bit darker and to stand out, so I'll leave it there. And then all you do is click on defaults and you click save as default and you click OK. And that's it, okay? And I'm just gonna get rid of this tool here. And so yes, we identify potential tops and bottoms. And as you can see with the strategy that I use, I'm gonna point out some more tops and bottoms for you, okay? So here's a really good one right here. So here's a good one. This one actually hit 20. I like mine to go below 20 and I like to see it fall below 20. But this one hit 20, so it hit 20 on the RSI. The Bollinger Band, it came down the last 3 candles, as you can see. I like for the candle to close outside of the Bollinger Band, which it did. And once price closed, you had a buy that started to form. And my stochastic came down and crossed over the red and started to point up. My MACD came down and crossed over the red and started to point up. And you have a nice buy. And look at all those pips, guys. Isn't that amazing? I wish I was in this trade. So that's exactly what I look for. This is how you use the RSI. So just know that the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, it is used to measure the speed and change of price. And we use it to identify the overbought and oversold areas of the market. And, you know, Bollinger Bands also help us do that as well. But like I said, the more confirmations you have, the better. And that's why you want to use these indicators. You don't want to use too many that will confuse you. Keep it very simple. But, you know, everyone's different. You'll find what works for you, what you like and what you don't like. But I love the RSI. Everything that I use with it is just on point. It works fantastic. And identifying these tops and bottoms in the market will help you a lot. You don't really want to get in when the RSI is in the middle between 60 and 40. That's where you're going to have a lot of pullback in your trades. And what I mean by pullback is a reversal. So for example, you know, you want to enter the market when it's for sure going, not for sure, we can't never guarantee, but when it's going your way. And that's what the RSI will do for us, is give us that confirmation that, hey, price is either going to drop or it's either going to go up, okay? And those oversold and overbought sections will identify that for us. So that's a quick training on the relative strength index called the RSI. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on trainings. I hope that you find our channel useful. Drop us a comment. Let us know if there's anything that we can do to help you. Always happy to answer your questions. Stay blessed, guys. I will see you in the next training.